Great Steinlogie here with senior defender Jason Batek out of Chillicothe, Illinois. Jason, appreciate sitting down.
Thanks for having me.
At least I get to get you in that dry area. Luckily caught you out there in the rain, or you caught me. Either way, we'll talk a little bit about this season, and then we'll get into some more personal, fun stuff to talk about. But first off, you guys are having a solid year. A little bit of ups and downs here. Great start. Ran into some real quality teams, but had very good results against those teams as well. Maybe didn't come away with a win, but solid results. Coming off a victory, the most goals in several years against Viterbo. So obviously the offense clicked. Maybe things are going in that direction. So in your mind, what are you seeing from the team through 13 games?
I think when we show up to play that we're actually a really, really good team.
Yeah.
But, like I said, it's just if we show up or not.
Sure.
That's what it is. Because for the most part, there were a couple games where we'd give away a chance in the first 5-10 minutes of a game, and then there'd be other games where we didn't give them a chance and we'd be all over them if we just showed up to play.
Right, definitely. On the defensive end, you guys have done a really good job, holding teams down, maybe having some struggles at times, not putting the ball in the back of the net. But in your view, what can you guys continue to work on? What have you felt you've had success with defensively?
For the most part, our defense works pretty well together. Most of us listen, but there's still a lot of things we can work on, like communication.
Sure.
There's a lot of times where we don't communicate with our midfield very well,
right.
Just like guys making runs through or just tracking guys in general.
Sure. You're a senior now. What's your leadership role? Where do you fall into the whole equation?
I'm just kind of, one of the senior leaders who just kind of, I don't really necessarily take a step for leadership, but we all just kind of step in where we see fit.
Right, just kind of lead by example situation. Sure. Obviously, a lot of young kids on the team, so you have that opportunity to lead by example.
Yeah.
Two great goalies behind you, Mason and Pedro. Depending on how it works out, and there's some injuries, etc. But definitely have to feel comfortable that you can make a small mistake and they're behind you and can stop the ball. Talk about the goalie situation. You guys have been playing with Mason for a long time too, so your comfort level with the goalies behind you.
Well, both of them are really, really good goalkeepers, but they do a lot of things differently.
Right.
Mason and Pedro are both really good.
Right.
Pedro, I think, is a little bit quicker off the line, but then again, it's just they're so equal as goalkeepers that I know if I mess up, they'll be there to help me out.
Right.
So.
Definitely. Cool. Games against AIB and St. Ambrose this week. AIB struggling a little bit as compared to their first couple of years. Came out of the gate really strong, in men's soccer. But I think they've played some really quality teams. I'm sure you're not overlooking them. Definitely not overlooking Ambrose. They had a quality result. Lost 4-2, but we're really right in there. I think 2-2 against Grandview. So two really good teams this week. What have you guys talked about to prepare for this week's games?
Ralph just takes it one game at a time,
Sure.
So we just look at the way they play and what we can do to kind of match them, and what we need to work on, like finishing for the most part. So we'll do finishing drills, and we'll do defensive drills where we just help us track guys and stuff.
Are you expecting this to be physical? It seems like every time out, the men's game's just a physical game.
Yeah.
Anything that you guys have seen that you can maybe exploit a little bit without showing your hand too much?
Not that I've seen, no.
Sure.
It's just going to be a physical game.
Right.
They're supposedly a good team, so we just got to show up and play.
Right. And it's conference games, so they're going to be important and a little extra physicality. So, all right. Well, again, AIB up in Des Moines tomorrow. You have St. Ambrose on Saturday here at home, so everybody can come out. But now we'll get the personal side of Jason Batek, get to know you a little bit better. I don't think you've seen any of these questions. I don't think you've watched videos, so this should all come off as a surprise to you. Your nickname?
Batek. There's so many. It's just my last name.
Right, very simple.
Batek, Tech, and then there's also been Tech 9, Tekanina, and then if Josh was here, somebody, or the older guys might remember, but they'll just hear a high-pitched Jason in the background. Yeah.
Awesome. Why did you choose William Penn?
It was for soccer, and then Rushing sold it pretty well to me.
Right.
And he sold the whole family as a team,
right,
and everybody looking out for each other. And then unfortunately he left after my freshman year.
Right. So you've had 3 coaches. Hopefully you've liked all of them in their own different respect. Probably very different coaches, but glad to hear that glad to have you here for the full 4 years. If you could describe Coach Martinez in one word, what would it be?
I want to say emotional, but I think that's a little too much. I mean, he's passionate, I guess is what I'd say. Yeah.
Right. If you were a superhero, or if you had superpowers, what would they be, or who would you be?
I don't know. I'd like to fly, I think, so probably Superman.
Superman.
Yeah.
People say you look like, could be a famous person or a family member.
Bo Burnham is one of them. I don't know. He's like a comedic singer guy. So
Okay.
All
right.
That's the closest.
Okay. Your favorite TV show?
American Dad would probably be my favorite one.
What are you currently listening to, music-wise?
I mean, I can really listen to anything. I mean, for the most part, one of my friends, Ben, has me on Hoodie Allen right now. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Your goal in this sport, personal or team-wise?
I just want to have a really good year. I just want to go farther than what we have in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully we can make it to conference championship.
Sure.
I mean,
your favorite food?
Probably bacon cheeseburgers.
I'm
So
hungry.
good.
I gotta go home and get some food.
Yeah.
Your favorite movie?
Probably have to go with the first Dark Knight.
Okay.
Or no, the second one.
Dark Knight second one. Okay, sure. If you had $1 million, what would you buy?
I don't know. Probably the first thing I'd go for is probably a car, really nice car. Then maybe a yacht, something fun.
Sure.
I don't know,
Cool. Yeah. Your favorite sports hero?
So what was it?
Favorite sports hero?
Sports hero. Okay. I'll probably have to go with Messi. Probably.
Okay. Sure. He's not even American, though. I mean, come on now.
He's good, man.
He is very good. Very good player.
Works wonders.
Yeah. Person in history, can be alive or deceased, that you would most like to meet, and why? So it's the brain stumper. This one's tough.
I don't know. I don't know if I have one, really.
Could be a sports hero, for that matter. Pass?
Yeah, I'll
pass. That's fine.
Just pass.
That one's always tough. That one's, I never get a very great answer out of that. It's hard to throw that one at people, so I understand. Well, that's everything on my list. You want to do any shout-outs to mom, dad, family back home?
I mean, again, hi mom, hi dad. Hopefully you guys see this. I mean, hopefully I did an alright interview. Keep coming out to our games. I appreciate you guys coming out.
Definitely.
Love you guys. So.
All right, and again, AIB on the road tomorrow, St. Ambrose at home on Saturday, so everybody, nothing else going on. Definitely come out and watch this Statesman team in action. Should be a couple great games. All right, thanks, Jason. Appreciate it.
Thanks.